All right. Awesome. Welcome. This is 80 Unplugged, a podcast featuring songwriters. On each episode, we feature a songwriter, they play an original song, and then we get into the lyrics, inspiration, background, and more. Today's episode is a very special episode because this is our first ever live episode. We're here at the Mass on the Grass Music and Arts Festival in Altoona, PA. If you're in the area, it's going on the whole rest of the day. Come out and support some local artists and artisans. Speaking of local artists, today's featured artist is sorry. Today's featured artist is a singer, a songwriter. She dabbles in music production. She does a lot of stuff. It's Alea Reid. Okay, so Leah's gonna sing her song Georgia, and then we're gonna get into it.
Out in Georgia anymore. That's my birds on my right door. Now that I go, I was before. Out in Georgia anymore. It's okay, I won't cry. It's okay, I'll survive. Goodbye to the memories. Goodbye, it's been a hell of a ride. Goodbye, I still hold tight. Goodbye, Georgia, please don't cry. Don't cry. Older now, I should have it figured out. Instead I daydream up in the clouds. Maybe this time I'll come back around. Not in Georgia anymore. It's okay, I won't cry. It's okay, I'll survive. Goodbye, goodbye to the memories. Goodbye, it's been a hell of a ride. Goodbye, I still hold tight. Georgia, please don't cry. I'm not the girl I was before. Don't wanna go, but I'll be alright. Goodbye to the memories. Ooh, goodbye. It's been a hell of a ride. Goodbye, I still hold tight. Georgia, please don't cry. Georgia, please don't cry.
Thank you, Alea.
Thank you.
Amazing job. Come on over here. Give another hand to Alea. Come on, that's awesome. Hello. Oh, turn it on. Sorry, yeah.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. She speaks.
Yeah.
So how are you today?
I'm great. Yeah, very happy to be here. Such a fun time. Nice weather outside.
Definitely.
Yeah, awesome.
Yes. Well, can you tell me what inspired you to be a songwriter and tell me about your musical journey?
So I would say my family has always been my inspiration. My aunt, she's also a singer-songwriter, so growing up, I would always be around her and my granddad. He builds guitars. So it's always just been such a fun, uplifting, time in my life. And I've always been into it. Ever since I was little, I would be in my backyard singing, pretending like I was in movies, like this, girl. And I still do it. I mean, I love it. I can't. I know. Yeah. But yeah, and I'm just still doing it today and I love it. And it's just fun. It's a creative outlet for me.
Yeah, that's amazing. So through your songwriting, you display a good amount of honesty and vulnerability, and I can also see that in your social media presence. Um, you kind of encourage people to come along on your journey on social media. Could you share your thoughts on how social media can be used as a tool for artists and how you use it?
Yeah, so I think with social media, it can be sometimes scary and intimidating because there's so much out there. But in a way, you have to like, okay, well, this is me. Like, what do I want to present? What's my image? Because we all have something that we're trying to express. So I think just be authentic. That's just important. Stay true to yourself. Be genuine because people like honesty. People like to relate to you. And I feel like if you're not giving it, then you're not receiving it. So that's how I look at it. And, social media can be fun too. And yeah, just honestly just keeping yourself out there. That's the main thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay. So, another interesting thing about you is how much control you have over your music. Um, you write the songs, you sing the songs, you play the songs, and you also produce them. That's really cool. Can you talk about like why why it's important to you to be so involved in every part of the process?
I think for me at least, and I'm sure musicians can relate, is it's literally an art. It's like there's so many things you have to put into it and the energy you put into it. I think it's fun. I honestly look at all of this like I look at it as like a project. And like in school when we would get projects, I loved them because it's like a thing that you're investing in, you're putting time in. And I and that's just how I look at, my music. It's not just a song that I'm singing. It's way more than that. And if I can, get across to people by other things and just like, oh, that's a good song, then that's really my goal. I don't want to just be like, yeah, I write music and I can sing for you. Like that's not really what I want. It's just more like putting my all into it and putting myself out there.
That's beautiful. That's great. I think that comes across in your music how like genuine you are. So you chose to sing the song Georgia. Can you say why you chose that song for the podcast?
I think it's a pretty good representation of where I am in my life. I feel like I've come such a long way from even like a year ago. You know, I think as someone in their 20s, it's like I just sometimes feel so lost and I'm like I don't know, and then you kind of look back on your past and your childhood and growing up and just kind of missing how you felt in those days compared to when you get older. So I think also like I'm at that time where I'm letting go of all of that stuff. That was such a good memory, but now it's not that anymore. It's something different. And it's actually a really emotional song for me. Um, but I mean, I'm glad that, people like it. And so I just love sharing it with everyone.
That's beautiful. I think that's a good way to tie or go into the weird breakdown. So, yeah, at this part of the show, I'm going to read out the lyrics, kind of verse by verse or section by section. And then if you could just, right after I'm done, just go into them. And then I have some like follow up questions afterwards, but just feel free to take the floor and talk about like that section. Not in Georgia. anymore. Packed my bags. I'm out the door. Not the little girl I was before. Not in Georgia anymore.
So I think this is kind of me starting off with a visual. Um, you know, I'm like literally not in Georgia anymore, and I just walked out that door, packed my bags, because my family, we moved here in like 2010. So it's been a while. But I just remember that was hard for me though, because I like coming somewhere new, not knowing anyone, and I was younger, so I was a lot more shy, and it was sad, and I missed Jordan. I missed being home, um, and that's just what I was trying to like convey, is that emotional feeling.
Yeah. So, you're originally from Georgia, and could you tell us about like what that represents to you? Like, what does Georgia represent to you in like that stage of life?
It represents my family. When I was younger, I was always really close. I mean, I like with my family, with my parents, with my aunt, my grandma. They lived in Tennessee, so we always see each other. And it was just such a very fun childhood. And, yeah, I thought it was like so great. Yeah, I was having the time of my life until he got older and reality kicked in.
How old were you when you moved?
I was 10. Yeah, so it was like that weird stage in my life, because I remember I went to this school, such a small school. Everyone knew each other. So I was just like, great. Okay, so I guess I should say originally I'm actually from Florida.
Oh, what?
So really, so originally I am from Florida, but I moved to Georgia when I was, I think, like what, 4. So I grew up in Georgia. Like that's where all my childhood stuff was at. Um and I had friends, I liked my school. I was actually going to be on the spelling bee. So I'm like, okay, like I'm kind of cool. I was like, but then we moved, and then no one would talk to me, and I'm like, well, this sucks.
I feel like I'm the queen speller in freaking Georgia.
No, and then so it was just hard. Like I felt like I try to like fit in. I don't know. So I guess, and then like I guess personal stuff like family and relationships were definitely different too. And yeah, I don't know. Like I will say, like I was pretty young when I would see stuff that maybe some kids I'm yeah wouldn't. So that's why it is personal to me in a way. But you know,
Well, that will lead us into the second part of the song, and that goes, "It's okay, I won't cry. It's okay, I'll survive. Goodbye, goodbye to the memories. Goodbye, it's been a hell of a ride. Goodbye, I'll still hold you tight. Goodbye, Georgia, please don't cry."
so I think with that, um, basically, I was kind of like mirroring myself, um, like talking to myself. It's gonna be okay. You're not gonna like you're gonna be fine. Cause I know when we all get in that like emotional state and you're like, what do I do? Like, how am I gonna do this? But you just really have to tell yourself, well, I have to do it. So that was the start off with that. And then goodbye to the memories. I'll still hold you tight. I think I was using Georgia as a metaphor, really, to symbolize me, actually, which is kind of, yeah, it's, because I think in a way, I like my songs, I'm really reflecting myself. You know, I'm, I'm not like who I was before, and just kind of taking it in that this is the new, like, this is gonna be it. So
Yeah. In this song, you kind of refer to Georgia as its own person. And I think I can relate to that, like hoping that a place misses me as much as I miss it. Like,
yeah,
every time I pass my childhood home, I'm like, I think that it's looking at me when I'm looking at it. Like I'm like, it misses me too.
yeah.
Um, I like that you start this verse by saying, I won't cry, and then you end it, the chorus, pardon me, by saying, Georgia, please don't cry.
Yeah.
The like duality or like the mirroring you did here is very interesting. Could you talk about that?
Excuse me. Yeah, so I think really it seems like it's like a relationship, It's like any relationship, two people, like, you don't want this to happen, like, you're both just so upset, but then someone eventually has to be like, okay, well, if you were like leaving someone or something, and so yeah, so anyway, so Georgia to me is like that person that I'm leaving behind, yet I'm still going to carry all the memories with me. So it's kind of like a bittersweet it's a bittersweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's super relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we can get into verse 2. Older now, should have it figured out. Instead, I daydream up in the clouds. Guess it's time I come back around, not in Georgia anymore.
So I think now that I am older and like reality hits, you grow up, you just kind of are like, well, I guess I'm not young anymore, I'm not in that state anymore. But and I think for me, like, I don't know, I kind of was like being all funny with the up in the clouds because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I find myself just daydreaming and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, Aaliyah, let's just go back down to reality. But you should still always dream. So I just kind of thought that was like a fun lyric for me because, like that's kind of the person I am. Um, but then, so yeah, that was just like a fun little lyric.
Yeah. Well, you repeat the line, uh, not in Georgia anymore. Because, like you said before, we're literally not in Georgia now.
Pennsylvania.
We're in Pennsylvania. But it also kind of mirrors the line from The Wizard of Oz, we're not in Kansas anymore. In this song, I kind of like, I see similar themes between the classic movie, The Wizard of Oz, and your song. Could you share, maybe this was, well, that, well, I got backwards, I'm sorry. Okay, could you share what, if this, guys, this is live. You can know it's live now because
It's okay.
take a deep breath.
We're all there.
Okay, so was this any kind of inspiration for this song? And do you see yourself as like a sort of Dorothy on her own journey?
That's so funny that you said that because I had no reference for that, like, at all in mind. And even, I knew that, like, she's, like, not in Kansas anymore, but I really didn't. But then you said that, I'm like, wait, that does really it does relate a lot. And now I'm like, of course, I'm so Dorothy.
You are.
I am so Dorothy.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like with her, she's kind of going through this journey too of her past and trying to get back to it, but then she has a future, and it's it's great. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in a while, so I might be wrong about that. No, yeah, so but since you said that, yes, that does, I do see a lot of representation, and like the symbolizing that. So, and I really like that because that means that everyone can relate to that story.
Yeah. So we can get into the next section of the song. Not the little girl I was before. I don't know where I'll go, but I'll be all right. Goodbye. Goodbye to the memories. Goodbye. It's been a hell of a ride. Goodbye. I'll still hold you tight.
Yeah, so I think I wanted to just kind of wrap it up. You know, I it was it wa- you know, I think with songs there's always something that you're trying to get out of yourself. So I think for me I wanted to just really like let it go, like I'm going to be okay because like I mean I think some people we all have doubts and stuff. And so it's just a reminder to always, you know, like stay on your ground and just life will take you wherever it wants to take you. But to not also just like dwell on the past and who you were because we always change. So I wanted to get that across too.
I like the way you ended the song because you say, I'm not who I was before, but kind of like the past made me who I am, so I'm still gonna hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's totally it right there. So
Well, that's beautiful. I like to ask this question to everyone that comes onto the podcast. Um, can you share any advice you have to for fellow songwriters?
I think if you want to do it, just do it. Just start. I mean, like I from a year ago today, I have written so many more songs and they're actually songs I'm proud of, because I would always like write stuff but never finish it. And so it's it's actually kind of a little accomplishment that I can even say I'm a singer-songwriter because I write my own music. And I know, and I think people like it. So I'm like, okay, like I'm doing it.
We like it.
So like if you're someone who is like, I want to do it, just start somewhere, I think getting help from other artists is so nice. I mean, just so like beneficial, just feedback. So kind of put yourself out there, meet other people and connect and just keep writing because you also just you get better like um when you start doing it so much more. I know I've gotten better. So yeah, just keep putting stuff out there. I promise it is worth it because you will start seeing results. And that's, I mean, it's not always about the numbers and the results, but it can be nice to be like, okay, my my craft is taking somewhere. So yeah, and just be yourself in your music. I know I do like to be vulnerable because for me at least, I feel like it's a way for me to put my emotions out there and people like that. So what I was saying before is people like honesty. So, don't be afraid to say stuff or sing something because overall it's your thing. It's not anyone else's. No one can take that away from you.
That's for sure. That's definite. I love that sentiment. Um, what you were saying there about like putting yourself out there, one thing that I find very inspirational from you is how you just like you're so boldly pursuing this. You have this like confidence, and you said you really started pursuing it a year ago, and you've played freaking everywhere. Like, and that's awesome.
Oh, thank you. I know I definitely am proud of myself because like I've definitely met like a lot of people and I've played at really cool places. And I think that's always something I have always wanted to do and like I just had that vision, but yeah, I guess it was me like really being serious about it and just like putting myself out there. And what I've learned is that yes, it can be scary to put yourself out there, but I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Like I just turned 26. So I'm like, okay, I have to like wrap it up. Like I have to start just doing it because everyone else is doing it. So if they can do it, then I can do it.
Yeah.
And but yes, I mean, I try to be very confident. Sometimes I have my days, but we all have our days. But yeah, it's really about just feeling good for yourself, and what you can do with that feeling that will take you places.
I think we can all take a page out of your book. So, can you share a little bit about where you're going from here and any upcoming things happening in your career?
Yeah, so I have a few little local gigs. One is at Belterre in Bedford. I think it's August 29th. That's the set date, but something kind of interfered, so I'm not sure if that's still set, but I will be playing there in October if not. So, and I am playing at Levity too, which I'm excited for, and that is October 24th. So, I have a few stuff coming up, and I think I'm trying to record more music. I know I really want to record my song that I sung, Georgia. So I have some stuff like that, kind of going on in my head. But I'm just kind of putting myself out there. Another thing is for me to tell, like other artists or people that want to do this is go to your open mics because those definitely help. Like, I'm going to some like in a few weeks, but because that's really what started it, honestly, is last year, August. Well, no, I did a gig at like the Altoona Fashion Week. That was kind of my oh no, I'm sorry. And I did something before that in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh was my first like being out there in a while scene. And that was literally just last August, which is crazy to say. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. This was my first podcast, so very, very fun. And I loved all your questions. So
Alea is playing later today. Again, we are at Mass in the Grass Music and Arts Festival, pardon me.
oh, and I did want to say, you can check me out. I do have music out on Apple and Spotify and YouTube, all the other streaming platforms. And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Alea Reid, ALEA REID.
She still can spell.
I still can spell.
She's still a speller.
I know. I would have been so good. I loved. Darn it.
Darn it.
Darn movie.
I don't know why you're doing music. You should be a speller.
Actually, no. I can't.
You can't spell anymore.
We
left that in Georgia.
Yeah, we left that in Georgia. My dignity. Just kidding. No, but I will say though, like I've definitely made a lot of like in Pennsylvania, I can definitely call it my home though, which that took a lot for me to say, because not gonna lie, I mean, I don't have family up here, so but just meeting people and community, yeah, I'm very grateful for it all.
That's awesome. So we like to hear.
Yes.
All right, awesome. I will once again say that we are at the Mass in the Grass Music and Arts Festival. If you're in the area, please come out and check out some of the bands. We're going till late. This has been 80 Unplugged. You can find us all the podcast places. We'll have this one posted later if you're watching live. If you're watching live, thank you so much. Thank you to the people in the audience. Thank you to the people online. Hopefully you're there. I don't know. But
There they are.
okay, well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys.